Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Carson.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Bob, Dolores. Well, now that my vacation is over, I can't wait to get back to the Tonight Show Monday. Just kidding, Jay. Just kidding. A lot of people have been asking me, well, not a lot of people, a number of people. Actually, I'll be honest, my wife, Alex, asked me recently, she said, when do you plan to go back on television? And I said, well, when I find something that's fun to do and is special. Well, this is it. Tonight is special. We're celebrating the first 90 years of Mr. Bob Hope, his birthday, and going to reflect on a career that is nothing short of astonishing. And I'm glad to be a part of it, Bob. Now, for someone who's been away from this place for about a year, it was a very strange experience today. But all of a sudden, I get this very warm feeling, once again, walking through the hallowed halls of NBC, the House of Hits. I don't know about General Electric. I mean, I'm not sure they have a handle on the entertainment business. I dropped by the programming department this afternoon. It's now a Chinese restaurant. I thought maybe you should just sell off the television end and kind of push the toaster ovens. Thought that would get more. See, that's what happens when you've been sitting out at Malibu for a year watching hummingbirds mate. You kind of lose it. Now, you know, all aware of the rumors, of course, that have been circulating for a couple of years that the NBC television network is for sale. That is not true, because Bob is not going to sell it. This is not the first tribute that Bob is receiving. If you've been following lately, I mean, the latest tribute was by the NBC network in celebration of Bob's 55 years with NBC. I mean, it was incredible. 55 years. They had marching bands outside. They had Army brass. They had fireworks display. They had a flyover by the Air Force Thunderbirds. And they dedicated the studio in honor of Bob Hope. I didn't do quite as well with this company. Last year, though, they did dedicate a speed bump in the parking lot in my honor, so... But, Bob, I wouldn't get overly enthusiastic about these tributes, because when you leave tonight, you still have to turn left at my park. No. Before I introduce the first segment of my portion of tonight's show, I'd like to read a telegram from President Clinton. Dear Bob, as president, I join with millions of other Americans and hope that... Well, apparently Senator Dole and the Republicans got to him again, and he had to compromise. He cut the rest of the telegram, I'm sorry. But we'll get you a copy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what you're going to see first this evening is truly an historic moment. The year is 1947. The place is station KTLA here in Los Angeles, which is making their very first experimental broadcast in television. And guess who's there? Now, that was 1947. Think of the progress. I mean, look how far we've come from that rather crude, amateurish beginning. In only 46 years, television is able to bring you a program like Studs. Kind of makes your heart beat with pride, doesn't it? But in 1950, 3 years later, Bob starred, or Barb, I call him Barb. When you know each other as long as we have, Bob, doesn't make any difference. Bob starred in his own regular series. This is the very first Bob Hope show, the first time he ever walked out in front of the NBC cameras. Bob, before I finish my portion of the program, I'd like to say something to you personally. For those of us who do comedy, or think we do comedy, we owe you a great deal. You've been an inspiration for several generations of comedians, and you've certainly played a role in the direction of my life, and I thank you. is incredible. I know of no one else in the world who has had your success in vaudeville, Broadway theater, radio, motion pictures, television. It's just incredible. To be on top of your profession for over 65 years pretty much says it all. Quite simply, the world, I think, has been a happier place and a better place because Bob Hope is in it. Thank you, Bob. Happy birthday.
One of the great things about being in show business, you get to meet guys like Johnny Carson and keep them as friends. Believe me, it's wonderful. Thank you, John.